Hello everyone and welcome to another Speedpaint. I know it's been a hot minute, I know it's been a while, but I'm back kind of for the most part. Listen, I know I've been gone, but I've been dealing with a lot of things on my mind. I've just been depressed, that's all. And you know, sometimes you can't function when you're doing your big sad boys days. And yeah, I'm trying to get back into it again. This little disclaimer before I get into anything else, I suppose. Sorry, one, if this is very rambly, it's been a while, as you might know. And two, sorry if the speed paint ends abruptly because so part of the speed paint, like the recording, got cut, or not cut, but it got corrupted or something. I'm not sure, but I'm absolutely devastated and I'm so tired. This drawing took about 10 hours to do. It's a huge like sort of scale drawing. I'll go into that later, but I'm just so upsetty spaghetti. And I asked on, I made a poll asking if I should upload it or not, and you guys just said, oh yeah, do it, don't even worry about it. And I was like, okay. So here I am uploading it and doing a speed paint and, you know, getting back into the whole commentary thing, ha ha ha. Anyway, so today I'm drawing Blue Diamond, and I suppose like her sort of, you know, her relaxing quarters that we saw in the last episodes. What were they, Familiar or something? Yeah, in Familiar, that's the one that this is from. And I saw the designs of their, you know, the sauna and the bath, and I thought, oh wow, that's absolutely stunning and beautiful, and the way they sort of incorporated the statues and sort of that design and stuff was stunning and beautiful and wonderful, and I was just like, oh my god, I have to draw this. And you know, the theory that's sort of going around is these are throughout the show it's mentioned like, ooh, gem harvesting, what's that? And everyone's like, ooh, is this gem harvesting, like where you're literally made into a statue, huh? And I thought that was like, ooh, spicy, you know. And I love that idea. And also it just looks stunning, it looks beautiful. I really love the background designs for Familiar, like that episode's, even just Homeworld in general. I think that they really outdid themselves, they really outdone themselves here. But yeah, it was absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I was like, I have to draw this. So here I am. This is actually going to be a poster that I'm doing for you know, just posters in general. Gonna be selling it. We'll give you deets on that sometime later. Still trying to do stuff about that. But also, I'm going to a convention. This isn't a convention in the US, but you know, maybe I'll go into that into a video sometime later. Yeah, not now, but I promise I'll try to get to it. Anyway, drawing this was, as you can see, I'm doing it in not Psy 1 but Psy 2, which is it's from the same people, obviously, or person, I guess. I think there's like just one dude who's like responsible for it. But it's still like a newer program and it's still in beta, I think. So it's not like complete or anything, but I really like Psy 2. I just get a little confused, or I don't like somehow the brushes work, and I'm like, I'm too lazy to adapt my Psy 1 brushes into here, so I'm like, I just also another reason why I'm like drawing in Psy 2 is because it can handle larger canvas sizes, like a lot larger canvas sizes. Like this is what is it, it's like 13,000 by 9 or something pixels. I think it was like A2 like paper format converted to pixels or something. So yeah, it's such a larger canvas that normal Psy can't handle. And also just like it's got like gradients and rulers and perspective lines. Like, I didn't really use the ruler, I just used the perspective lines to help me, you know, draw the lines, because it's just so much more convenient, so much easier. So yeah, it just got like a lot more functions, and it's a lot you can just do a lot more with it. And I love Psy because it I've tried other programs. I've tried Clip Paint Studio, I've tried Photoshop, Fire Alpaca, Krita, Medibang Pro. Like, I've pretty much tried like a lot of them, but none of them sort of compare to the blending and illustrative capabilities that Psy has, especially with its blending and its options and its the way that how smooth things like can be. Like I just love Psy so much. But anyway, also I'm working in SYMK, which is, you know, it's like cyan, magenta, blah, blah. But I hate working in SYMK. It's so agonizing because I love using cyan, and I love using cyan especially with, like, you know, paired up with other blues because it looks good and it just like gives it this vibrancy. But you can't print that color, so you have to work in SYMK, and I hate it with a burning passion. I think it just makes it's so dulling, and I'm like, ew, gross. How do people do this? Help. But, you know, I think that for the most part, it turned out really, really nice. And I struggled a lot with the statues at first. I struggled a lot with their faces, figuring out how to do them and stuff. And I was so, you can see at one point, I was so hyper fixated on the left side with the one statue lady. I just kept going over and over and over again, trying to figure out how to do this, how intense should I make the lighting, am I doing the face right? And I was still trying to figure out what I was gonna do and how I was gonna do it, and sort of the limitation of the colors didn't help me. Like, I feel like it helped me in the long run because I think it turned out really nice and I really liked the colors that I used, but it was just so difficult. The one thing that I thought that I did excellent of this whole part was the arm. I was just like, that arm, I'm not touching it. Like, it is perfect, delicious, yum, great. But the rest of it, like the hair and the background of that lady, like specifically, I just had so much trouble with. So much trouble trying to figure all of it out. And I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? I tried to do a thing like where they have like those like sort of rougher gradient sort of things, like how they do in Steven Universe, and I've seen a lot of illustrators do, or even like animation people that I see on like my timeline on Twitter. By the way, go follow me. But you know, I tried to do that and I was like, it's not working out, sweetie, it's not working out. I tried so many different things. I tried to do it the way I would normally shade, I suppose, like a surface like that. And then I was just getting really, really frustrated with it all. And then I tried to just paint the face because like I can't obviously draw it, so I might as well try painting it. And then I realized I was getting a little too hyper fixated on this side, because this took like a good chunk out of like painting all the sculptures for some reason. Like, well, because I was stupid, I was like, I have to do this one first. And advice that everyone sort of gives is like, when you're having too much trouble on something, just like move away from it and go on to something else, which is what I did. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the right side, and I just zoomed out and I was like, okay, let's not fixate on it from like a very close perspective. I'll just do it from like here and like put down the base colors and the shading and like step back a bit, stop being so hyper focused on the tiny little details of something, which, you know, also great life advice, but whatever. And I did that and it worked out great for me, and I was like, wonderful, now I can move on to the faces, which I still struggled with a little bit, and I don't know what I was doing. But in the end, I sort of found my footing. I sketched out like some very rough sort of more geometrical sort of workings of the face, and then I just sort of painted that stuff on. Usually I wouldn't have any problems with this because I love painting faces, but that day was just not I was just not having any of it that day. But I'm glad eventually I figured myself out. Doing this dramatic lighting was definitely a lot of fun, and once again I really just love how the colors turned out and how just everything else sort of just like, once I got over that tiny little thing, I was like, okay, we are ready to regroup and just do things properly now, which is what I did. More or less, that's like the rest of the speed paint. I did some fancy little shine stuff, but you know, nothing too special. I've just been sort of like going back on like a personal scale. I've just been very sad, very depressed as of late, and I haven't really had the motivation, or even I don't know what to do anymore, I suppose, in terms of YouTube. I could do animations, but they take such a long time and I don't have a lot of time. like with school and stuff and some other things. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so stressed. Please someone help me. And I just don't know what to do. I could start doing some more analysis videos, which is what I want to do. You know, sort of character analysis and all that fun stuff. And just, you know, things like that. But I don't know how, you know, I don't know if it'll be good or not. And they take a bit of time to do. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how everything goes. And, yeah, hopefully you'll stick around for it. And, yeah, that's it from me now. I'll give some more updates. I'm actually planning on doing Yellow Diamond's sort of sauna area as well. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And hopefully it won't be so laced with a slightly, like, a depressing undertone. I'm sad.
I know
Okay, goodbye.